Hey guys, welcome to another installment of the Midweek Inspiration. I decided to make a video for you this time because I thought it was a lot easier to talk and explain this than to write it all out. So here's what we're going to be discussing today. My midweek inspiration for you is how to stay motivated in your drumming and make the most of your practice time. So this is something that's surfaced a lot recently in discussions with my private students, particularly those who are adult students. They have a life, they have a full-time job, they're traveling for work, they have commitments. Drumming is a big passion of theirs, and that's why they're studying with me and putting all this effort into drums, but they maybe only get to practice 3 times a week or 4 times a week for 30 minutes to an hour at a time. So they're feeling a bit frustrated and sometimes discouraged and wondering, what should they be practicing? Maybe they're practicing too many things. They're not really seeing the progress they want on the drums, and they're just feeling a lack of motivation. So here are some of the thoughts that I've been sharing with everyone, and I hope this will help you as well. So my first tip for you, pro tip number 1, simplify your practice. I want you to literally choose only one thing to practice. If you only have half an hour to practice, you should only be practicing one thing. Because really, it's going to take 5 minutes to get settled behind your drum set. Maybe you're going to just goof around for a little bit, play a few beats and fills. Then I really want you to try and focus hard for 20 minutes on something. Just choose one pattern. 20 minutes is enough time to, oh yeah, let me remember how this goes. Okay, gonna get it down. And then you really get into the nitty gritty of your practicing then. You want to drill this and loop it and try to play it continuously. We're looking for quality repetitions when we practice. It doesn't do you any good to try and learn a new groove and play it too fast where you're making a mistake every other measure. No, you want to back it down. Just take the pressure off. You just know in this practice session, my one goal is to learn only this one pattern, okay? And you can set different goals for yourself. Maybe you're trying to hit a certain tempo benchmark. At the beginning, you always want to just focus on repeating the pattern. Get to the point where you can loop it endlessly, no matter how slow it is. That's always the starting point. You've got to loop the pattern and drill it over and over. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Practice one thing. Tip number 2 is track your progress, okay? You're not going to be able to know if you made improvements if you don't track your progress. So every time you finish a practice session, I want you to note either the tempo marking or how many repetitions you were able to do in a row without a mistake. And then the next practice session, you're trying to beat that. And don't put any crazy expectations on yourself that you need to like double it or go from 100 beats to 150 beats in one, between 2 practices. That's probably not realistic. I'm talking about, say you were playing the single paradiddle at 120 beats, maybe by the end of the next practice session, you can do it at 125 beats or maybe 130 beats. Okay, small improvements. That's all we're looking for. Any progress is progress. Okay, so track your progress so that you can see your improvements week or practice session to practice session. Okay, and my third and final tip for you is to keep it fun. Okay, I mentioned just giving examples here with if you have a half hour to practice, save some time at the end of your practice session, maybe 5 to 8 minutes, to just play a few songs that you like, or just one song that you enjoy, or just to goof around and improvise and just have fun behind your drum set. That's the whole reason that we play drums in the first place, right? We enjoy it. We get a lot of life from it. It is inspiring to us, and you don't want to lose that. So simplify your practice. Practice one thing, track your progress, and keep it fun. Those are my 3 tips for you to stay motivated in your drumming and to make the most of your practice time. So sit down and think about what are the 1 or maybe 2 patterns that you're going to work on this week. If you have 4 practice sessions, I want you to practice pattern 1 the first day, pattern 2 the second day, and then you're back to pattern 1 on the third day, back to pattern 2 on the fourth day. Okay, you got to simplify because there's so many things you could be practicing on the drums. You'll be paralyzed if you try to do all of it. You got to simplify and just stick on one for maybe a month at a time, okay? You don't want to move on to things too quickly, or else you're not going to see that progress. So, all right, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope that this email is inspiring to you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and have an awesome week, guys. Thank you so much.